That's conviction. And that's a cold winner from the Canadian, who's now looking at love 30. What an opportunity for Team World. Flipping the script. Djokovic breaking opening game of the match. But the Serbian freight train has hit the brakes a little bit.
He's got him. Didn't try and overplay the first passing shot.
Love 40.
How about the squash shot that got him into the point? It was difficult for Djokovic to be aggressive on the approach shot. So a nice combo from the red shirt gives him triple break point. Wow.
Game 2 points. Team World leads 5 games to 3.
Nothing else to say, just wow. A good first serve, an even better return. And we showed you right at the start how often Novak, after an early break, goes on to win the set 90% of the time. Well, we perhaps are just witnessing one of those 10% moments.
Well, this is a big moment here. Can Felix continue the pace of making first serves? That's probably going to be a difference maker in this game. Felix has won 2 of 8 second serve points to this point in the set.
Love 15.
Again, there's that ball toss that just drifts a little far forward and then it comes down, and you can see it was going down off the racket rather than up a little bit first. Well, chink of light here for Novak Djokovic.
Led for service.
He's a little bit tight, isn't he, Novak? That was an okay second serve. It had depth, but it only had 95 miles an hour behind it. You don't often see him miss a second return. And every tennis player who's played at this level will tell you the difference in psychology of serving at love 30 versus 15 all. The blood pressure boils at love 30.
What an impressive 36 minutes this has been from the Canadian. Finds himself with double set point. Very, very impressive from ALIASSIME. So important to keep your own identity when you're under pressure, and he was when he was down a break, but he's taken the opening set, 6-3.
Good stuff, really beautiful. Still focus on taking your time. Aggressive. Last 2 games. He did that mistake because he's aggressive.
Well, Diego Schwartzman giving a little bit of advice to Felix AUGER-ALIASSIME. Taylor Fritz is out on the practice court just outside the O2 Arena. It's a beautiful practice court as well, and obviously he's potentially going to be taking on Casper Ruud in a match that could have obviously huge connotations as well. Obviously a win here from AUGER-ALIASSIME and Team World's point of view will put them just 1 match away from securing the Laver Cup for the very first time. It would mean that Team Europe need to win both of those 2 singles matches. And on starting the day, Jim, this was a lock, wasn't it?
You would have thought so, but AUGER-ALIASSIME making 2/3 of his first serves, but winning 80% of those against one of the game's greatest returners ever. And look at the first serve. When Novak made his, Felix did major damage. Novak winning just a little over 50% of those. So that was a turn of events. It was 37 minutes in the first set, and it was about 34 minutes of perfection from Felix after dropping his first service game. Well done for Team World.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, fight. Let's go. Fire up. Let's fire up.
A great surprise that this man is looking lively, jogging out. Team Europe having to do a little bit of heavy lifting there for Novak Djokovic. Dropped his serve a couple of times in that opening set. We'll be looking to get off to the ideal start here.
A real determination from Djokovic, whose game is complete. Have a hard time arguing it isn't as complete as anyone who's ever played men's tennis. AUGER-ALIASSIME, I reckon he's about 70% of the way to his best level. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I agree. He's, I mean, as well as he played yesterday, it's kind of easy to get back into the competitive arena straight away, and maybe just a little bit of a physical knock as well when you've played a couple of matches, the emotion that brings out for Novak.
Oh, this thing has swung quite a bit, hasn't it? 76% favorite at the beginning of the match for Team Europe. Now they're 40%, 60% on that way. That's a 36% massive swing. You can see why. Momentum right now with Team World. But I want to get back to that question on Felix. Is he about 70% of the way to his best, or is he closer?
Well, he has a bit of a light resume when you look down at titles, of course, winning the one in Rotterdam. So I think it would be a fair reflection of the fact that he's hovering around that number right now, yes, which is a scary thought, to be honest, how well he's already done.
We talked about his forehand and the ability to be better, to be more emphatic the way he was in that last point. Where else can he improve?
I think we talked a little bit about it. Second serve, being able to move that around. The net game is good, but not as good as Novak's, that's for sure. But right now, the 22-year-old is eclipsing the former world #1, 21-time Grand Slam champion, and he has a break point for the best possible start to the second set. A And not only that, he has a second serve to look at as well.
Remember, Novak double faulted a breakaway earlier in this match when he was up a break. That's certainly got to be in his mind.
Things keep getting better and better for Team World. Early break in the second set for Felix Auger-Aliassime. And Tim Hemmen alongside, I'm sure, an absolutely elated Pat McEnroe.
Yeah, Patrick, thanks for joining us. You must be absolutely delighted and very impressed with Felix's performance today.
Well, he's carried over from the doubles and got a lot of confidence right now. And let's see if we can keep the momentum going. It's still a ways to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you enjoying looking across and finally seeing Team Europe looking pretty nervous?
It's been a while, so we're happy that we're in it, and we like our chances now. We like our chances in the next two matches as well.
Brilliant. Keep up the good work.
You got it. Thank you.
Yep, some soul searching for Novak Djokovic right now. But the great thing for him is he can't just spike the ball in this sport. You've got to finish and get through that finishing line. It is in this man's vision now. They're setting a break. Serve speeds are down a little bit for Novak, and also his forehand speed, the shot that does the most damage, also has lost 4 miles an hour. What does that tell us?
He's tighter today, and the depth isn't there as a result. He's not hitting the ball through the court. That's something Todd Woodbridge noted yesterday, that Novak seemed to be able to get the ball through this gritty, hard court. Not today. It's sitting up, begging to be hit, and Felix is doing a good job of doing just that. He looks tentative. This is the way that I thought Novak was going to look yesterday. Rusty, a little unsure. Yesterday, he looked so confident, came out of the blocks flying, but today he did as well. Got a good early start, but he's pulled off of the throttle for reasons unclear. But we've seen him dig out of bigger holes than he's in right now. Still plenty of runway for Djokovic to land the plane.
Well, one reason perhaps why Novak is struggling a little bit, let's just have a look at him. He was looking at Jack Sock, and you can see here just stretching out that right wrist a number of times, and not only that, but getting a little bit of strapping on it, Jim. That is pretty telling.
That's really inside information. Very nicely done by our team. The strapping must be under that white wristband, because it's not visible now. But perhaps there's a little soreness, having played 2 matches last night, the singles and the doubles. And there it is, shaking it out again. Yeah, it does seem to be bothering him. That would be a really good reason for the lack of pace and aggression.
There's a better forehand, courtesy of a nicely angled return, but once again shaking that right wrist out, as you can see.
I can tell you that I spoke to his physio, Uli, who is here, and he's always with him. And yesterday, while he was warming up, there's Uli, said his body was absolutely perfect. So this would be a new issue for him that has crept up after those 2 wins yesterday.
Game
Makes me wonder, actually. A lot of us thought that Novak would probably play doubles as well today and just go ahead and try and spike the ball in the end zone, finish him off, win the doubles, win the singles, clinch it for Team Europe. And there was a few eyebrows in our TV compound that he wasn't involved in the doubles. Maybe that was this wrist issue that appears to be an issue was a part of that decision. We don't know that. It's pure speculation.
Well, it's not an ideal situation, but he's still dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Great champion with his back against the wall.
Yep, shaking that one out after that serve, too. He's not trying to hide it from Felix or anybody else.
Almost feel as though he's not hitting the kick around wide as well because of the wrist. He's hitting a lot of middle sort of slider serves that Felix is able to latch onto like that.
Team World is sending the ball on the left center service line. The ball was called in.
Apostolos, Stefanos' dad, looking on there, and obviously he now knows that he is going to have a must-win match potentially if this continues to keep rolling in the direction of Team World.
Team World has 2 challenges remaining.
That was an unusual play for Novak to take the ball that early and get in behind it. That was a bluff, and Felix called him on it with a pretty easy passing shot. Normally he would retreat. Felix, all kinds of room to make that one. Yeah. Looks like it's getting worse out there, the wrist.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult for him to hide it, isn't it? Felix will find it more and more often as we go ahead. It's 2-1, Team World, second set. Well, it continues to be a problem for him, as you can see here, and there's going to be very little that any physio could do to alleviate the pain and the strain that that wrist is under, particularly with the velocity of ball that's coming his way in conditions like this where you have to generate pace to trouble your opponent.
Look at all the uncertainty on the bench. No one is really willing to get into his headspace right now. Stefanos and Roger having a chat amongst themselves, but not really offering the input. They're just offering the support, the physicality of just being there, the presence, backing him. The good news, match tiebreak if you can get it to a third.
Well, he's played under so much pressure and been victorious so many times. He'll still be contemplating the possibility of success here and turning this around. As for ALIASSIME, he has something to lose as well, of course, being a set and a breakup. And as we saw from Yannick Sinner at Wimbledon, once you get yourself in a winning position against Novak, it's not easy to put him away.
Casper Ruud is the anchor. The world #2 will play the final match if this gets there, if this Laver Cup gets all the way to the finish. catches line. That was sweet. A sweet swipe of the ball from the Serb. Either team wins 2 matches, they'll have their hands on a gorgeous trophy, but if they split them, Ruud will be out against American Taylor Fritz to decide it.
Taylor Fritz fueling up for that potential clash against Casper Ruud as well.
I hope those weren't French fries. I'm hoping that was pasta on his plate. Did you get a good look at it?
I'm going to hedge my bets there, I think.
Roger Federer graced our desk with Barbara and Todd with his presence for about 10 minutes in between the doubles match and the start of this one, and he came in and at your offering came in and took a look at the comms box because he mentioned he might be interested in doing some commentary at Wimbledon next year. I think they'd find a seat for him most likely. But he expressed confidence in Novak in this match. He wasn't worried about this one. He was worried about the 2 to follow, but he loved this matchup. It's all changed now.
Team World leads 3 games to 1.
Novak trying to finish off a good weekend here. A good restart. He's scheduled to play the next 2 weeks back on tour in Tel Aviv and Noir-Sartan. Worrying for his team that he's shaking his wrist around when he's scheduled to play both singles and doubles in Tel Aviv next week.
And those tournament directors.
13 love.
Set another second serve, not a kick serve from Djokovic. He's, as you said, become a little bit predictable on this one. On the left side, 0 out wide to the backhand. That probably is the wrist, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pretty violent move, as you know, trying to get that racket up the back of the ball and throw it violently to the right, and he certainly stayed away from it. Just missed it. Well, a solid hold, but still a lot of work ahead of Novak. He needs to recover the break. 3-2.
What do you think? Should you? I feel like he's not playing enough just normal backhand to backhand rallies with you. I feel like you need to break down his backhand, don't you think? Because his form
even yesterday
really
before
well,
that doubles
and I don't want you to start
that he played with Berrettini that were ultimately successful, and he was obviously feeling something a little bit there.
Think about winning. And right now he's serving great, which is saving him. But those rallies, right?
playing this inside out, and
exactly,
not really
basically not giving him that one.
Going to the middle,
exactly.
So
either forehand in his forehand corner or then backhands. But that inside out forehand, let's try to avoid that one somehow. I know it's easier said than done, but you can make that happen. So no, but make it hard for him, you know, like really like suck some errors out of him, so we have to extend the rallies. What's up?
Bit of coaching gold there, and also a nice little insight from Novak saying he's not feeling his backhand really getting the ball sort of cross court, and he's feeling as though he's getting hurt from ALIASSIME out of that backhand corner with the Canadian's forehand as well. Novak listening to Roger saying you got to make it hard for him to beat you, extend the rallies. Can he do so?
There's a real lift on Team Europe's bench after that point. Everybody up out of their seat, pumping their fists, trying to get Novak fired up. That might be a critical miss. Put a little circle around that volley. If Felix can't make a bunch of first serves, there might be a break coming.
Look to find from Djokovic a connection with Roger Federer. Took 2 shots to get back to neutral. He knew where the second serve was going. Jim's highlighted that, and he was waiting for it. It was a good serve, but not good enough.
Whatever the catalyst, the conversation with Federer has put Djokovic in position here. A little assistance from ALIASSIME on that first volley.
The margins of victory and defeat in sport are vanishingly small. And despite Felix AUGER-ALIASSIME being 3/4 of the way to a vital win for Team World, that lead has evaporated.
Well, that's sweet hitting from AUGER-ALIASSIME. Moonwalks his way back to the court after ripping that forehand. But wasn't it fun to see Federer, who's long been partnered with a coffee company as one of his sponsors, inject a little caffeine into Novak on the change of ends, lull him out of that daze. Good response here from the Canadian.
Well, it's non-negotiable. He's got to play the right way.
Yeah, you just never know how you're going to be in the moment, though. He's responding well.
Let's for service.
Good time for his fastest serve of the match. 123 mile an hour right in the corner.
He's only hit one forehand drop shot so far in the match. This came out of nowhere. And it was floated to perfection with the disguise attached to it. And the re-break on offer here for Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Djokovic jutting out the chin in full defiance mode, but it's still red alert, an opportunity for Team Red.
Hugely significant moments in the match. Which could, of course, have huge connotations for the Laver Cup itself as well. Novak perhaps a little too sensual with his court positioning there, giving up the line too easily. One of those moments you feel where you've given the opponent nothing to work with. You give them the last 20% cross court, they make that too good. But that is a relatively routine shot for a professional player. I say routine, apart from the pressure, of course, that it was played under.
Yeah, that might be routine with the ball machine and no one watching, not 17,500 rabid tennis fans and countless others watching around the world on television. Djokovic a chance to consolidate his break and put himself in the lead in the second set for the first time.
took a while for justice to come because the return was actually out. But the genie perhaps out of the bottle in this one as well. Djokovic leads.
Can somebody get from my physio just for my lenses? He's gonna. You tell somebody to go.
Well, a few eye drops for Novak. Suddenly a bit more clarity in the way that he's playing. But credit to Felix Auger-Aliassime. It's always easy to look at the failure of not being able to get through that last game and bring out the break and get it back, as he had those couple of breakback points. But the reality is 10 for 10 on first serves from Novak. So again, just alluding to the fact and saying how well Felix is actually playing.
Well, Felix is playing some excellent tennis for sure, but that was a big step up from Novak.
See it, take it. I like to slice up the line too a little bit.
Very little being said there. Sometimes in coaching, it's trying to find the significant in the seemingly insignificant at times. It's not always a jarring gear shift in strategy. The right word of encouragement, and just sensing the moment as Novak has himself out there. Bit of frailty on the last service game for Felix. Djokovic took his chance.
It's been a problem, as ever, winning second serve points against Novak. He's won 10 of 15 second points against Felix's serve. Looking for another here. I mean, come on. Oh, that's so good. I mean, that serve was amazing. The return even better. Djokovic stole offense in that point, and yet it was Felix with another blistering backhand down the line pass. This one, not easy. Moving sideways, Novak squeezing that corner, Felix finding it perfectly.
So impressive.
That's the type of tennis Auger-Aliassime just needs to play day in and day out. He'll be back in single digits in the rankings. No time if he has that type of conviction on the 1-2 punch, the serve forehand. Djokovic now feeling the pressure. Not a lot of wiggle room for Team Europe.
Laver team.
Offering up another double fault. Yes, a man that loves his tennis these days. Bill Gates in town. Been a part of a couple of Roger's charity events as well over the years.
They gave frequent flyers for all the times you came to a Laver Cup. He'd be getting close to a free seat.
He needs it.
He can afford it.
Good
idea, Felix. 1 second, so let's go.
I like that idea a lot from ALIASSIME. That was very situational. Djokovic had just double faulted, so you had to expect a soft second serve. He got one, just 84 miles an hour. Went for the right shot. Sometimes you miss. That's okay. The more times you go for the right shot and you ingrain it, the better you will be as a player. Felix has the game, if he puts it all together, to challenge Alcaraz in center and be a part of that discussion once the big guys are out of the picture. But he needs to keep doing it the right way.
And that's exactly what he does.
Keep swinging, David. Great stuff, Felix. Great stuff.
Well, that looked like a relatively safe shot, Tim. You didn't miss too many of those in your time. That could be costly.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity. I mean, he's getting so much encouragement from the bench to keep swinging, keep being aggressive. That's the way he's making life uncomfortable for Djokovic.
Will he get another chance here? Will Novak dial in a first serve? He was a little hesitant, ALIASSIME, in his court position because he thought he'd missed the backhand, and that created space for the cross-court forehand and a 5-4 lead for Team Europe. Novak doing a good job here of just fighting with the deck of cards he's been given today.
Un po' di cattiveria adesso, un po' di cazzimma napoletana, Un po' di cazzimma napoletana e serba insieme.
Dai, insieme.
Quella è perfetta. Sappiamo che lui adesso ci dà qualcosa, Ale, Ale. Ale, primo punto, forza!
Time.
Been so many memorable occasions here at the O2, and we're witnessing another one right now in Laver Cup, making its home this year in 2022 in London, and it is drawing to a very, very tight conclusion. Team World serving a stay in the second set.
A lot hanging in the balance here. The third match will be played no matter what. It's going to be Tsitsipas and Francis Tiafoe. They have a 2-2 even head-to-head.
Good example there of Novak struggling with his wrist. That really was a forehand shot for him. But he'd rather take on his backhand. It's a little less painful.
I think that miss was pretty painful for him as well. Don't see him do that very often from the two-handed wing.
Well, of course, it's nice to be getting that encouragement for the bench, but it does come with an element of pressure as well, not wanting to let your teammates down, but he's thriving.
How about 11 aces for ALIASSIME against just one double fault, and his loss to Berrettini yesterday, just 3 aces and 5 double faults. That is some kind of turnaround. Perhaps the doubles win earlier, infusing him with confidence.
Did the large volume of work in that rally beautifully. A bit of tidying up at the end. Seems as though he's had a very good read on the serve here, Novak. I mean, Felix. Again, he moved very early to cover the tee serve there.
He's reading the play beautifully, isn't he, Felix? Covering cross court here, anticipating Novak would look for the safer shot, perhaps one that doesn't stress his body as much. ALIASSIME had that one well and truly covered, and this is a real moment. 15-30 for Team Europe, trying to hold on to serve.
Well, in the air, I tell you what, you knew it had a chance, and it's a bit of a heart-in-the-mouth moment for everyone on Team Europe's bench here.
30-all. Team World has one challenge remaining.
But those are the minute fractions that separate you between elation and isolation. And another big moment. We've had a few of them here in the second set. The missed backhand volley from ALIASSIME that offered the opportunity back into the contest for Novak, which he took. He's guaranteed himself at least a tiebreaker to try and push this very important match into the Laver breaker.
From now on, every point's big, you know. This one, breaker, AK, super breaker, whatever it is. Every point. He cannot free swing anymore, this guy. So let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Great job, Laver. Come on.
Come on. Looking better now, moving better.
Focus on hitting your spots now. Every point from this point forward. End the story. All you, right here. Come on now. You got this.
Makara urging ALIASSIME to move forward. Federer with some wise words saying he cannot free swing now. You've got him in a situation here where he's got to try and get this match into a second set tiebreaker, and if you can potentially win that, you're in the Laver breaker. He cannot free swing. Will there be a bit of hesitancy from ALIASSIME here? Well, if that isn't free swinging, that was some pretty good disguise attached to that backhand. What a shot from the 22-year-old. ALIASSIME making himself untouchable in this game. Flawless. Well, he's had the flair, he's had the potential, and today he's showing great backbone as well in this performance is ALIASSIME. Well, you're never sure if you're deserving of the good fortune, but it certainly does seem to favour the brave, and he's tried to take that in fast and low, and he's got a nice little break.
Second serve points really been a challenge for both players to win. Neither doing remotely close to average. It just puts more pressure on how many first serves can you make in these moments for both of them. Can you believe it? ALIASSIME could have driven a bus down the line with the forehand bunt pass. Djokovic was covering cross early. That was theft in broad daylight from Team Europe. Look at this. Watch how early. Oh my goodness. That may be the one that changes the fortunes for Djokovic. That should have been Team World's point. Two big first serves in a row from ALIASSIME, though. Keeps his lead. And then he breaks still in hand. The finish line very much in sight. The delta when he makes a first serve, ALIASSIME winning 81%. If he misses it, less than 40%. Delivered two beauties. Petch, can he deliver another one here? Could really use it.
Yeah, he got a nice rhythm pretty much through the set, and he certainly picked it up towards the back end of it as well. Genuine belief will be coursing through his veins right now.
And here comes opportunity for the blue shirts.
And that is devastatingly good from ALIASSIME.
Team World.
Great stop, Felix. Right here, Felix. Right here.
2 points away from taking the lead on the scoreboard for Team World. Make it one.
6-2. Team World.
Four match points.
6-3. Team World.
Most of the first serves from ALIASSIME on the ad court have gone up the middle of the court. Djokovic has been covering wide for some strange reason today. We'll see where Felix goes, but it's a higher percentage make up the middle.
In match 10, it's a 10 out of 10 performance from Felix AUGER-ALIASSIME as he defeats Novak Djokovic, and Team World forge into the lead here by 10 points to 8, and that is a stunning upset.
Class from Djokovic, elation for Team World. What a day for Felix. A doubles winner in the opening match with Jack Sock, back-to-back victories to put Team World on top in one match away from their first Laver Cup. Incredible. How do you do it, Petch?
Well, he went after the ball, as you said, a bit of instant gratification in those rallies from Felix AUGER-ALIASSIME, but he also, as you can see, these incredible scenes at the Laver Cup. He also had that lovely blend that you need, that he didn't hurt himself in some of the longer rallies as well, consistently, and he never, ever got down on himself. There was some adversity, that he had to overcome in the match, as there's always going to be against Novak Djokovic.
And we'll see in post-match press if Novak has that issue with his wrist, but he had a bigger issue with the man in vision today, who had 13 aces and just one double fault. Yes, Novak was on him on the second serves. I don't have to eat your hat. He was well and truly below 50% on second serve points won, Felix, but he dominated when he made his first serve, and he puts his team in a winning position, and they are fired up. And let's hear from him. He's with Tim Hinman.
Felix, many, many congratulations. You've got to be fairly happy with your day's work today.
Yeah, the day has been fantastic so far. And yeah, just right now it's been yeah, one of my best performances in my career so far. And you know, I've been close a few times, and you know, in recent times against these great champions. So it feels great to, you know, to get a win like this, especially in front of you in this arena, and for Team World as well.
And how important was it for you to play that doubles before going on court to play Djokovic? That's pretty unusual.
Yeah, it was a bit weird on the first game, but then I felt, you know, very good, very loose. I felt like, you know, stepping on the court, you know, one time, getting, you know, a good rhythm on the serve and returns, and especially getting the win. You know, it was a tight one, a very important one for us, but getting that win got me really confident going into the singles.
And finally, just give us your thoughts on the next matchup. Tsitsipas against Tiafoe, they've played 4 times. It's 2-2. Do you think the momentum for Team World could be the key?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to get better momentum going. You know, 2 wins in a row for us. It's a big day against big opponents, so I think, you know, it won't be easy the next match, but I'm confident in my team that they can clinch the victory.
Well, again, many, many congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure to play here. Thank you. Thank you.
AUGER-ALIASSIME.
Thank you, Tim. Good job. And we got more tennis.
What a performance from Felix AUGER-ALIASSIME. This is a big moment for him, because have a look at the leaderboard. This is the first time Team World is in the lead. They have 10 points and 8 points for Team Europe. So Felix AUGER